Good morning, everyone, and welcome at long last to the Hippo Cup 3 Grand Final. I am this one guy bringing you the long-anticipated matchup between the two most hyped teams in this tournament. We've got Coño's big team, we've got Pocket Galaxy, we've got a really hard pool, and we've got a best of 15 plus a potential bracket reset to determine our winner of the tournament. I think no one at all surprised to see these two teams in this position. From the outset, they were the ones who I think looked the strongest on paper, and they proceeded to prove it. Coño's big team making their way successfully through the winner's bracket with very little opposition. Meanwhile, Pocket Galaxy, of course, ran into this team in the round of 16 and were defeated in a pretty close, tightly fought matchup, and then made their way through the loser's bracket all the way to the grand final after sweeping Sayonara Detka 8-0 in the loser's bracket final last week to set up the rematch, the grudge match, the vengeance. And I know both these teams highly motivated in this match. So I think we've got a very good one on our hands as we make our way into the first warm-up. We will talk about the teams a little bit on the left-hand side. As we said, Coño's big team. This was the super team of Hippo Cup 3, I would say, set up months in advance before the tournament with one goal in mind, just winning, getting that profile badge. Their team, YoXPi is the captain, joined by Trev Rasher, Detsy, AJT, Majora, Malteser, DDM, and Lucent. On the other side, of course, Pocket Galaxy, a group of very strong tournament players who have been maybe a little bit less successful in tournaments, maybe fewer badges on that side of things, but a lot of skill on their roster as well, captained by Don. Their team is going to be CE, Exarch, Sheena Noriko, Miles, Kane, Kingling, and Explosion Boom. On a pool that, if last week's losers final is anything to judge by, Pocket Galaxy looks pretty strong on. Obviously, we have not had the opportunity yet to see Coño's big team on this pool, with it being the grand final. They do have that advantage of not giving away any information in the preceding match, but I don't think Pocket Galaxy had to show that much. With the sweep, they did not have to delve into their pocket picks on this sort of very difficult grand finals pool. They were able to, I think, just pick what you would expect them to play and win without really much trouble at all. I think Sayonara Detka were not maybe in the greatest mental state to play that match, and it showed in the result for sure. So I think this is a team you can't underestimate in the grand final, despite having lost to Coño's big team previously in the tournament, and with Coño's big team having looked as strong as they have over the course of the bracket. And we did see, of course, Pocket Galaxy winning the roll after YoXPi rolled a nice 1. So that means they had this first warm-up. They will have the first ban and the second pick of the match. You know, that sort of thing has been discussed as to whether people prefer first pick, second pick. I think a lot of teams nowadays are preferring that second pick option, where you get the last pick in the match before a potential tiebreaker. Just going to go over to Coño's big team for their warm-up now. They've got something in mind, I don't know what. Uncompressed Fury of an Eastern European Child. Fortnite song. Alright, I'm here for it. I am not a Fortnite player, so nor do I really pay attention to any memes around Fortnite, so this is kind of going to go over my head a little bit, probably. Obviously, the Uncompressed Fury thing, UFRJD, Uncompressed Fury of a Raging Japanese Doge, one of the longest-running tournament teams in the 4-digit ranks, so we got that in the title here. But this is going to be our second warm-up. It's very short, it's only 43 seconds, so it will allow us to get underway with the match itself just that little bit faster, which is always nice.
I'm back.
This is a match where I'm very interested to see what the bans and picks end up looking like. Pocket Galaxy double ban double time against Sayonara Detka. They banned Kung Fu Empire and they banned Hiatus. I would highly expect them to ban Hiatus again against the, I would say, superior speed roster of Coño's big team. I don't know if Kung Fu Empire is going to be their other ban again. We'll find out. They may just ban the same two maps. As far as Coño's big team goes, I would probably expect them to ban some AIM maps because that is what Pocket Galaxy won last week based on. We're going to get to find out here shortly as we're going to move into the ban phase. And this will probably be so Pocket Galaxy's first ban, so this is probably going to be one of those DTs. Yep, so it is going to be DT2 again. That is going to be Kung Fu Empire. So we're going to go over to Coño's big team, which is going to be the ban that I don't know necessarily for sure what to expect. It's going to be Hard Rock 1, that's Jinsei reset button, so they are going to lean into that AIM bans here. Probably, they might double ban Hard Rock, or they might just ban two different AIM maps. It's going to be DT4 again. That is going to be Hiatus, the second ban from the team Pocket Galaxy, and Coño's big team going to ban Free Mod 2. That's Haku. That's the other big AIM Free Mod pick. So, quick bans. Both teams are really prepared for that. Two AIM bans from Coño's big team. It's Jinsei reset button. It's Haku in the Hard Rock and the Free Mod pools, and the same two DT bans as last round coming out from Pocket Galaxy with Kung Fu Empire and Hiatus. Those high BPM DT picks are off the table, but there are still others, so that is going to be the instant first pick DT from CBT of Kakuzetsu Thanatos. So two speed DTs banned, and the remaining speed DT instantly first picked. Pretty much what you would expect, and that's going to get that entire skill set out of the way very quickly. I would say this does favor, arguably, Pocket Galaxy a little bit more than Coño's big team. I think it's a little easier to remove the speed from the pool than it is to remove the aim from the pool. They'll still have things like No Mod 1, they'll still have some options that they can go toward. So we'll be watching that with a curious eye to find out what the teams go with going forward past the really obvious picks, because I think we're probably going to see a potential No Mod 1 first pick from Pocket Galaxy. They did first pick that last week against Sayonara Detka and won it pretty handily. So Kakuzetsu Thanatos is our 300 BPM, so it is tied highest BPM DT pick with Hiatus, which was banned. 7.35 stars makes it the second highest star rating map in the DT pool, which is kind of a scary thought when you think about the fact that this is a rank restricted tournament and there's like 4 or 5 maps that are higher star rating than this one at 7.35. But I suppose that's just Hippo Cup for you, really. And it looks like our rosters are set for this map, so we should be able to get underway here shortly to start off this grand final. Alright, so it is going to be Yokes-Pai, Trev Rasher, Detsi, and Majora in for Coño's big team. Exarch, Shinonori, Kingling, and Sigi on the side of Pocket Galaxy. The first and fourth of those I expect to be in pretty much every map. Exarch and Sigi are their big carries for Pocket Galaxy. Meanwhile, Coño's big team will probably have a little bit more variability to their rosters, but this is definitely what you'd expect for speed with the guys like Trev Rasher and Majora. As we get underway here, map number 1 give us a little bit of a feel for how this match might start off if Coño's big team is able to win this really heavily, or if Pocket Galaxy are able to keep it somewhat close. It's going to be tricky, I think, for them, as not necessarily the strongest speed team overall. So we're getting some nice client lag here. Several misses early on, Trevor Asher, Exarch, and Kingling, as well as Majora. So it's 2 FCs to 2 here, Yoxpai and Detsy versus Sheena, Noriko, and Sigi. Kingling does have a pretty big combo, though. It's going to keep the score close. It's going to give Pocket Galaxy the chance to take a lead, depending on how long they can keep their combo up. And there it does go over going into the first TI. Kingling, though, does break. However, 3 misses from Coño's big team. That's Yoxpai, Trevor Asher, and Majora all missing, as well as Exarch, Sheena, Noriko, and Sigi. So no combos left on the side of Pocket Galaxy. Only Detsy with a combo through that first Ki. That was extremely damaging to both teams. And this is going to allow Coño's big team to take a pretty big lead. Pocket Galaxy has literally no combo whatsoever, and Detsy is still FCing. That is going to be the carry performance from Coño's big team that they needed on this map, it looks like. Lead growing out to 2 million points very rapidly. And this one, you could almost say this is over, because we did see Sheena and Kingling missing another couple of times. Exarch and Sigi are going to do what they can to try and bring this back if Coño's big team completely dies, but with Detsy still FCing, that's a very tough ask. And Detsy clearly toggling on for this match. Does finally find a break, but so does everyone from Pocket Galaxy, so it does not matter, especially with Yoxpai holding onto a 500+ combo. So that's going to be about all she wrote here for this first map. It's going to be Coño's big team taking the 1-0 lead. Really to be expected on this map. This was not one that you would ever anticipate Pocket Galaxy really being able to contest. You know, they kept it somewhat close early on, but the big combo from Detsy and Yoxpai, and then Trevor Asher backing him up as well, going to be enough to give Coño's big team a very comfortable 1-0 lead. So things starting out as you'd expect for Coño's big team. The speed players going speed mode. Detsy with the S rank, Yoxpai 1 miss. Very solid accuracy from Detsy as well, 98.25%, best in the lobby by a little bit. Majora with fewer hundreds by a large margin, but did have 11 misses, not the best of miss count for him. But we will have Pocket Galaxy's first pick to come, as we anticipate probably some aim. I would anticipate an aim map. We'll see if it does end up being Nomad 1 that they go with first again like last week, or if they maybe choose a different first option in this particular match. Looks like Pocket Galaxy is going to take some time on this pick. Maybe they aren't perfectly confident in what their first map is going to be. I don't know if maybe they want to go somewhere else than Nomad 1, I suppose. Yeah, their Nomad 1, their Fremont 2 are both gone. Or their Fremont 2 and their Hard Rock 1 are both gone. It's going to be Hard Rock 4, which, interestingly, they did not pick last week. But that is, of course, going to be Mason. It's the 7.83 star Hard Rock 4 option. High BPM Barking Mad Dog aim map. This one's 230 BPM. Almost 8 stars, as we said. One of the longer maps in the pool. It's over 3 minutes. We have 16 seconds for this pick. So players going to see how their high BPM aim is feeling today pretty quickly here, with the second map of the match being that higher BPM aim selection of the map pool. You know, as we said, we kind of expect aim out of Pocket Galaxy, given their roster and given their strengths and weaknesses, but can't overlook Coño's big team and kind of their well-rounded nature overall. Guys like Yokespy, guys like Detsy, gonna look strong on a map like this, I've got to expect. So we're gonna see the exact same roster here from Coño's big team of Yokespy, Detsy, Trev Rasher, and Majora. Meanwhile, Pocket Galaxy is gonna have Hane, Miles coming in to replace Kingling and Shinnoriko. Both of whom have, I believe, been practicing their aim. So we'll see how things look for them in their first map here of the match. Exarch and Sigi, of course, as expected, staying in. And so this is a tricky aim map. I mean, it's large jumps in that kind of iconic barking Mad Dog style that we see on a lot of those Buta Otome tracks. Several early misses already coming in from Hane, Majora, Detsy, as well as Trev Rasher right at the beginning. Exarch, Miles, and Sigi continuing their FCs through the first couple hundred combos, going to give Pocket Galaxy an early advantage. There we begin the misses, though. Exarch, Hane, and Miles all breaking. Meanwhile, Yokes and Trev holding on. Detsy and Majora with some backup combo as well. So Sigi versus Yokespy, the only two players left with FCs, but the advantage goes over to Coño's big team with those breaks from Hoga. However, Coño's big team finding some breaks of their own. Trev Rasher and Majora both missing. But Yokespy, as expected, I would say, still holding onto his combo. Detsy backing him up with just under 300 combo to Yokespy's about 500. Meanwhile, Pocket Galaxy just has Exarch at a 250 combo, so this is going to be, again, Coño's big team taking an early lead here as we go into the second reverse. We always think of Sigi as that aim player, but wasn't able to hold as Yokespy was. Does finally break, does Yokespy. Detsy, though, with nearly a 500 combo, and Majora and Trev Rasher at 250, 300. We're seeing some breaks, though. Hane, Sigi, Miles all missing, as well as Majora and Yokespy. However, Exarch breaks for Pocket Galaxy. That was their biggest combo, now gone. Detsy misses, but Trev Rasher at about 400 combo going to keep that lead very comfortable for Coño's big team. It is about 4 million points in the second Ki here, and Trev Rasher's aim is going off. Finally does find a break, but as you can see, there are no combos anywhere on the board. Those jumps are absolutely ridiculous. And with just the last third to come and really not a lot of combo on the board, this one's going to be tough to come back for Pocket Galaxy. They're going to have to put together more combo they've been able to in quite some time, and hope Coño's big team does not do the same. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening anytime soon, as Hane and Miles both drop, as does Exarch and Sigi. This one, I think, is over now. They have no combo on that side of the board. Coño's big team going to be taking early break point here. That'll be a 2-0 lead. This map just not going as well for Pocket Galaxy as they would have liked. Just the ending to come with some huge jumps, as you'll see probably nobody hitting a whole lot in this section, or yeah, that's a lot of red flashes indicating some breaks. This is a map pool, all right, and that is the break point. Coño's big team 2-0 advantage with their own next pick to come. We'll get into the score screen. See how people did. That 644 combo from Yokespy, 560 combo from Detsy. Nobody on side of Pocket Galaxy even able to go over 500, so that says all you need to know about that. Just under 4.6 million point victory for Coño's big team. And that's the start to this tournament to this match that they wanted. The early break point Now pick advantage in their favor. And that's got to be a pretty good feeling, knowing that your opposing team is an aim-heavy roster, and you're able to win an aim pick early on in the match against them. Coño's big team probably going to take a bit of confidence from that one. Pocket Galaxy is going to have to regroup a little bit and hope to pick up a break point here at some point in the very near future to avoid falling behind altogether too far. As you know, this is the best of 15, so it is a very long match. Being down 2 points is not the end of the world. The next pick from Coño's big team is going to be Pop It. This one was played in the losers bracket final. Pocket Galaxy did win this against Sayonara Detka, but you know, Sayonara Detka from a week ago, a very different beast than Coño's big team is today, I think. So definitely can't be overconfident if you're Pocket Galaxy just because you won this last time. Coño's big team much stronger in this sort of skill set than Sayonara Detka appeared, and you know, really you gotta put forth your absolute best performance, I think, to beat Coño's big team on really any map, especially ones that your skill sets maybe aren't perfectly suited for it. You're going to see Malteser coming in for Coño's big team to join Yokes, Trev, and Majora. Pocket Galaxy bringing Kingling and Sheena back in to replace Miles and Hayne, so Exarch Sigi staying steady here. And we'll get underway with map number 3 of this match. Coño's big team looking to consolidate the break point. Pocket Galaxy will try to take it right back on the Anamanaguchi DT pick. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Kind of a similar length as most of the other DTs. Only 173, quote unquote, 173 BPM. Everybody loves Anamanaguchi songs, I feel like. They're just upbeat and happy. See how the players fare on this one. This is going to be like a Yokes by Majora map, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see how things go for Exarch and the lads over on the Pocket Galaxy side, as Trev Rasher finds an early break. Early breaks from Malteser, but Exarch, Kingling, and Sigi all missing at the exact same spot. There's a lot of little places to miss on this map. It's kind of one of those picks where it's just easy to miss really anywhere because of the type of aim and finger control that it requires. Noriko breaks the last FC for Pocket Galaxy. Meanwhile, Yokespy and Majora still holding on to their FCs on the Coño's big team side, so that is going to be a pretty big early lead. Malteser and Trev Rash are continuing to break here and there, but Yokespy and Majora holding steady. Majora, in fact, over 99 accuracy. As we said, it's a Majora map. This is right in his wheelhouse, and he is showing that off. Yokespy does break his FC, but it's a 5 million point lead, really. Pocket Galaxy has nothing going. We're just going to watch Majora as he is still over a 99% FC. Meanwhile, the biggest combo on Pocket Galaxy is about 220 from Kingling, and that is a 6 million point lead for Coño's big team, who are really going to run away with this map here if Majora can keep this up, especially with Trev Ratcher backing him up with about a 350 combo. Pocket Galaxy building up their combo a little bit into the last third of the map. We're going to see if they can try to make a run at this if Coño's big team kind of completely falls apart, but that's a lot of combo still alive on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see Malteser the only one to break here. Everybody else 300 plus combo. Majora still FCing. Exarch Sigi break. Majora does finally lose his FC, drops his accuracy a bit as well in this tricky part near the last quarter, but only Kingling with a combo for Pocket Galaxy will get up to about 500. Very impressive from him to be able to put together that sort of combo, but unfortunately it is just not going to matter as the gap is far too vast in favor of Coño's big team with an 8-9 million point lead. Do keep an eye on Kingling though. Acquitting himself well on this pick. Unfortunately not going to be able to drag his team back into this one, and that's going to be the 3-0 lead for Coño's big team. Majora with the 3 miss performance, 880 combo. Yokespy 2 misses. Kingling 5 misses, but did have the 731 combo. That is the second best in the lobby. Did very well for himself in the second half of that map. But unfortunately, the rest of his team not having their best go of things today on that pick. And that is going to be the consolidated break point in favor of Coño's big team. That is the 3-0 lead. So the DT strat working out. First 2 points for Coño's big team as they win both of them and stick an aim map in between for good measure. And they do still have Shaw in the DT pool if they want to pick 3 DTs in a row next time. But first we've got to pick from Pocket Galaxy, which maybe now they'll go for the Nomad 1 option. Or, you know, could go to something completely different, but I don't know that I see things like tech being favored to them, so I don't know that a map like Dopamine would necessarily be a good idea. If they do feel like staying with Hard Rock, I mean, they could go with like Signals or something, but I don't know. I thought Nomad 1 would be their first pick, and I still kind of think it's the pick that might work out well for them. It's interesting that I think Hard Rock 1 and Fremod 2 being removed by the bans really did impact them more than you might expect. It is going to be another Hard Rock pick. It's going to be Hard Rock 2. That's going to be Ruins. And this is one that we did see last week. This was picked by Sayonara Detka as their first pick of the match against Pocket Galaxy. Since it was a sweep, of course, we already know that Pocket Galaxy won it. This is going to be kind of our awkward pick in the Hard Rock pool, I suppose is the best way to put it. You know, it's very short. Just 46 seconds, 134 BPM, alternating CS 6.5, flow aim. Like, this just ticks a lot of boxes for awkwardness in a pick. Score to beat here, going to be about 2 million points. Last week, that was the winning score for Pocket Galaxy, with Exarch, Sigi, Kingling, and Miles that time. Looks like they're going to swap out Explosion, or well, swap out Miles for Explosion Boom this go-round. Meanwhile, Coño's big team still deciding on their roster. This is a little bit different map style than we've seen so far, so they're going to have to, you know, maybe pick a little bit of a different roster for it. We are still going to see Yokespy, Majora. Going to have Detsy, and finally, the long-awaited appearance of AJT for his first map in this match. And this will get us underway here in just a moment's time. The second pick from Pocket Galaxy, another one that they picked and won last week. We'll see if they can replicate that result today, or if Coño's big team can put another break point on the board and really take command of this match 4-0. Pocket Galaxy wants to avoid that at all costs. Here we go, 46 seconds, blink and you miss it. Make sure to keep an eye out on this one. Things can happen in a hurry on a map this short. It's kind of this year's Garfield to some degree. This is very tricky, spaced out alternating patterns. Finding a break from Sigi early on, as well as Kingling on the Pocket Galaxy side. Exarch and Explosion Boom still holding on, but Coño's big team has 4 FCs. AJT breaking, Explosion Boom and Kingling both missing. Detsy and Majora following it up, so it is Yokespy versus Exarch, and Exarch is the one to blink. He does break. Yokespy now the only FC left. Sigi has a decent combo, But Yolkspie, as long as he can hold on to this, will maintain this lead for Coño's big team. Sigi finds a break of his own. There is nothing really going on the Pocket Galaxy side. Coño's big team still has Yolkspie FCing. Is he going to FC this map and carry it for them? He's actually going to do that. It's going to be Yolkspie just basically single-handedly winning this one for the side of Coño's big team with that big combo. And that is going to be the 4-0 lead now, double break point. That, as we said, was over pretty quickly. And as we expected, it is going to be Sha, the last remaining DT pick, the instant selection for Coño's big team. And yeah, I was intentionally avoiding talking about Yolkspie's accuracy. Had the SS going for a while there. And now, of course, you know, speaking of long-awaited things, it's the long-awaited Sha Pishy's Insane DT. This has been the meme for, I don't even know how long. It feels like it's been quite some time discussing putting this in a map pool eventually. Sooner or later, Sha Pishy's Insane DT had to happen. And if there was ever going to be a setting for it, it was going to be Hippo Cup with these pools being what they are. And so we will have Yolkspie, Malteser, Trevrasher, Majora against Exarch, Kingling, Sigi, and Pain. Kingling, who I believe had rank 1 on this Hidden Hard Rock, and Yolkspie sniped that with Hidden Double Time. So we know that CBT going to be probably pretty strong on this map. Again, this is like absolutely a Yolkspie map. This is the Yolkspie map to end all Yolkspie maps. But Majora, obviously no slouch in the kind of tech finger control DT sector either. That being said, Pocket Galaxy does have Exarch and Sigi, who have typically looked pretty strong in maps like this for the most part. So we'll see how things go for them. And, well, early breaks from everyone in Pocket Galaxy except for Sigi. Meanwhile, 3 FCs still alive on Coño's big team. And hopefully that doesn't tell the story of this map if you're a fan of Pocket Galaxy. But I fear that it may, as we do see the break from Sigi. Decent combos being built up for Pocket Galaxy, Exarch and Kingling, matching Malteser's combo, but finding break is Exarch. However, Yolkspie no longer FCing for Coño's big team. The only FC left is now Majora. And Trevrasher. Apologize to Trevrasher. The frog is in fact still FCing as well. Big combo from Malteser backing them up. Meanwhile, the only big combo really on the side of Pocket Galaxy is Kingling, 430 combo. So 1/3 of the way through the map, it is about a 5.3 million point lead for Coño's big team. Trevrasher and Majora holding their FCs. Majora at a very respectable 98% accuracy, best in the lobby by over a full percentage point above Malteser. There is technically still hope alive for Pocket Galaxy. They do still have half of the map to come, but those FCs from Majora and Trevrasher are going to be tough to contend with, as Kingling is the only one even over 500 combo on Pocket Galaxy's side. As we'll come back into the breakdown here. Pain finding a miss, another miss. Kingling breaks his long combo. Exarch misses as well. So Sigi the combo now for Pocket Galaxy. Trevrasher does finally drop his FC, as does Majora promptly thereafter. Fortunately for their team, they had Malteser and Yolkspie backing them up. Malteser, though, breaks, so it is Yolkspie and Sigi, the only combos alive on the map. And really, that benefits Coño's big team more than it benefits Pocket Galaxy, as it is a 14 million point lead. Not much hope left alive. Sigi breaks, that is the map over if it wasn't already. And Yolkspie finally does break his long combo, so there's really nothing left anywhere to look at. But the damage has been done, and Coño's big team is going to take a 5-0 advantage. This one is quickly getting away from Pocket Galaxy. They're not even contending some of these picks, unfortunately. They're going to have to figure something out in a very quick fashion here if they don't want to lose this match really badly. Pocket Galaxy just not able to make inroads in any map so far. Coño's big team, meanwhile, 849 combo S rank from Majora, 988 combo Formus from Trevrasher, 700 combos from both Yolkspie and Malteser. I mean, how do you compete with that? That is really, really strong performances from everyone on the side of Coño's big team. The best combo on the Pocket Galaxy side, lower than the worst combo on Coño's big team side. We talked about, you know, that weakness of Pocket Galaxy being the speed and the DT picks, and they are suffering quite badly for it so far with these 3 maps that Coño's big team has selected. That being said, the DT pool is now exhausted. There were 2 bans and there have been 3 picks. There are no DTs left. So that's a little bit of a weight off of Pocket Galaxy's shoulders, if you can say that, while you're down 5-0. I don't know if that's really much of a positive, but it's better than knowing that there's still picks that the other team is blatantly favored on. Pocket Galaxy still really need to find a map that they can dig into. I don't know. I mean, do they go with another Hard Rock pick that, you know, they picked 2 Hard Rocks and lost both of them? Did they really pick the 3rd remaining one? I don't think I would if I were them. You know, maybe a Nomad. But even then, what Nomad do you pick? You know, you pick maybe Nomad 1. I don't think you pick Nomad 2 or Nomad 5. Definitely don't pick Nomad 3. So, you know, you pick Nomad 1, Nomad 4? Like, I don't know. This is a tough spot to be in with the strengths of Coño's big team being as evident as they are, and the performance of Pocket Galaxy maybe being just a shade lower than they would like it to be today. Well, they're going to take the full timer on this pick as they're very unsure, and they're going to go to the hidden pool. I can't say I saw this coming. Hidden 1 is over the top, the 4 dimensions difficulty. I'm not quite sure I follow this one. This was the AMX over the top 7.18 star stream map. It's hidden, but it's Air 9.6. It's interesting. So we're gonna see a hidden stream pick from Pocket Galaxy, and I can understand the logic of thinking, let's go with something completely different, right? This is an entirely different skill set than any map we've seen previously. We've seen, you know, speedy DT, we've seen some aim, we saw the really awkward Hard Rock pick, and now we're gonna go switch it up and go hidden streams. You know, the idea there, you know, take the opponents out of maybe their comfort zone or out of their kind of their groove, their rhythm, if you will. Give them something a little different to look at, that you maybe can still perform well on yourselves. I won't question it until I see what happens, because I don't really have a great feel for either of these teams on this particular pick. So it's going to be Yolkspie, Malteser, AJT, and Majora against Exarch, Explosion Boom, Sigi, and Miles. And Pocket Galaxy down 5 points to 0. Need this pick. They need this pick badly. I dare say if they lose this, the match is basically, I mean, over, right? 6-0, 2 points to go is not a friendly spot, especially with that being another break point. So with their 3rd pick here, they have selected a very different style map than we've seen yet, and I am very curious as to how everyone performs as we get into things through the intro. The early breaks from Explosion Boom and AJT, as well as Miles. So that is going to be Yolkspie, Maltese, no, just Yokespy and Trevor and Majora now. Exarch and Sigi holding on, so maybe that's what Pocket Galaxy is going to rely on. Maybe Exarch and Sigi said this felt like a good pick for them. That could have been the case. You never know, not being privy to their comms. However, Sigi breaks, and Majora and Yokespy, unsurprisingly, the two still holding on. Yokespy, we're going to ignore his accuracy because Majora's got 99.6. That's what we're going to look at instead of Yokespy 88%. Exarch with the combo still alive, and this is a very note-dense map, obviously, with it being a stream map, so one player is able to carry, especially on Score v1. So if Yokespy and Majora both miss, Malteser and AJT were trying to build up some combo and both break. Majora does find a miss of his own, as does Yokespy immediately thereafter. That is going to shift things. It was only a 3 million point lead, and there's now no combo on the side of Coño's big team. Pocket Galaxy, meanwhile, Exarch still FCing. Explosion Boom with just under a 500 combo. They're going to bring this score gap back pretty quickly here. 900 combo, that's a lot of points. Lead over to the side of Pocket Galaxy. Only halfway through. There's actually a fair amount of map left still to come. This is the Exarch and Explosion Boom show right now. Exarch with 1100 combo, Explosion Boom with 700 combo. And the only player on CBT with anything really alive at all is Malteser, 360. Exarch finding a break at long last. Explosion Boom, though, still holding on, 800 combo, and growing as he makes his way through these streams with panache. He'll be making up that score difference between himself and Exarch, will Explosion Boom. And still no combo on the side of Coño's big team, so was this the secret strat? It may have been the secret strat, was just have Explosion Boom come in and carry. And this is job done here for Pocket Galaxy. Get a couple players 1,000+ combo, and you're gonna put yourself in the driver's seat. Regardless of how difficult this ending is, Exarch, in fact, with another 700 combo, so doing his part. This is the Exarch and Explosion Boom show. They're actually 2v4ing by a pretty considerable margin, as everyone else just kind of dies on this ending. That was ugly. But that is going to be the point on the board for Pocket Galaxy. So the score will go 5-1 in favor of Coño's big team, but Pocket Galaxy is finally on the board. Explosion Boom and Exarch putting on the carry performance that their team needed on a map that a lot of people couldn't play very well, but they could. Yokespy with the C rank, as well as AGT and Miles. Excuse me, oh my goodness, 76% AC. Well, you know, it is what it is. It's not a map that people can play very well, so I'm not going to judge too harshly, because when you just chain miss and can't play the streams, like, that's just what's going to happen. You're going to get bad accuracy. Of course, the question to be answered now, was this a one-off for Pocket Galaxy, or is this the start of a trend? Can they make a comeback here from the 5-0 disadvantage? So next pick for Coño's big team. We're going to go down to the Fremont pool for the first time. It is going to be Slot Core is Dead. This is the high BPM Fremont pick. It is BPM of 270. Aim burst heavy pick. Smaller circles, it is CS 3.5, air 9.6. And it's perhaps not the most pleasant of songs to listen to. All right, so we've got some different players coming in. We have Lucent in for Coño's big team for the first time. Yolkspy going out for the first time. He'll be joining Malteser, AJT, and Majora. Meanwhile, over on Pocket Galaxy, we have Exarch, Dian, Sigi, and Sheena Noriko. And Pocket Galaxy looking for that elusive break point here. As we see some interesting differences in mods. Coño's big team running double Hard Rock, Malteser, and Majora with Lucent and AJT on no mod. Meanwhile, Pocket Galaxy running double Hidden with Sheena Noriko and Sigi. Meanwhile, Exarch and Dian are going to be the no mod players over there. And this one is just like really, really hard. It's Spirit Control, it's burst. It's actually like almost difficult to aim because of the note density and patterns in some places. And it is Pocket Galaxy with the early lead as Exarch and Sigi as well as Sheena Noriko hold on to the early FCs. Don the only one to break so far. Malteser and AJT both missing over on Coño's big team side. This one moderate length, 2 minutes 45 seconds as we see Exarch and AJT trading breaks as well as Don. So Sigi and Sheena Noriko, the hidden players for Pocket Galaxy, the FCs still alive over there. Lucent, AJT, Exarch, and Don all missing. So that is 2 FCs still for Pocket Galaxy. 1 FC on Majora on Coño's big team. Malteser with the next best combo. Lead still intact for Pocket Galaxy. As long as Sigi and Sheena Noriko can hold, it will continue to grow. We get a bit of a slowdown here, a little bit of free combo through the middle of the map. And Majora and Malteser both breaking. Everyone from Pocket Galaxy missing except for Sigi, but as long as his combo's alive, it doesn't really matter what anyone else does. And Sigi still goes, finally does break, but there is no combo anywhere on the board. So with a third of the map to go, it is basically dead even combo-wise between everyone. This is very tricky, as discussed, between the aim and the burst in combination with the high BPM. This is not a map that anyone is having a super great time with now. But Pocket Galaxy able to establish a 3 million point lead. And that really should be enough for them to take this pick. That looks like it'll be a break point. So the question then becomes, was it enough that Pocket Galaxy was able to make it through all of the DT picks in this match? They survived, they weathered the storm, and for their trouble, they got a 1 point of their own, and now it looks like they're gonna get a break point as well. You see Sigi with over a 300 combo. AJT and Lucent building up a bit, but it's a 3 million point lead, so Pocket Galaxy should be pretty safe here as everyone breaks. Yeah, well, everyone broke. Okay, so back-to-back points now for Pocket Galaxy. It's now 5-2, still the lead in favor of Coño's big team, but Pocket Galaxy bringing back one of those break points. About a 3,400,000 point victory for Pocket Galaxy on the backs of Sigi and Sheena Noriko. If they can consolidate that break point, they'll be within striking distance. They get one of the 2 break points back. And Sigi, you see the somewhat remarkable 3-miss, considering the other miscounts around the board. 3-miss is a pretty ludicrous play, especially with hidden on. As we expected going into this match, he is a very important part of the Pocket Galaxy roster for obvious reasons. If they're going to make a comeback, I think he's going to be a big part of why. Now, in keeping with Pocket Galaxy picking stuff I don't expect them to, is this just going to be embraced by the Flame or Del Rio? Like, are they just going to go another stream pick? I kind of low-key want to see Hidden 3 Blythe, the low AR storyboard gimmick map, but I also really don't want to see that map, so I'm a bit on the fence about it. As has been the case for most picks, Pocket Galaxy going to take their time on this one, using that timer to its fullest as they attempt to pick the best map for the situation. And it feels like every pick is important once you get to this stage where you're halfway through the match now. Every point feels pretty important. It's gonna be Nomad 6, so that's 60th Summer of Love. This, of course, was not picked last week, so we don't have any previous data to go with, but this is our longest, I believe, longest map in the pool, 4 minutes, 17 seconds long of alternating and aim control. It's a tricky, you can, I think it kind of like can actually figure out what kind of map it is just from listening to the song. And it's also like, it's actually a bop, which always helps. It's always nice when the map is a bop. Good little song. Or big song, I guess. It's very long. Looks like the rosters are set here, so we should be able to get started in a moment. Pocket Galaxy on the comeback train here, winning 2 points in a row. We'll see if they can get a third. Clip this score gap down just to 5-3. Get to feeling a little bit better about things going forward. So we're going to see Majora, Malteser, Detsy, Yolkspy, Exarch, Miles, Sigi, and Shinoriko on Pocket Galaxy side. We've got, feels like, kind of 2 slots open for players on most of these maps. You've got Majora, Yolkspy +2, and you've got Exarch, Sigi +2. Kind of how these teams function, I suppose. Their strongest player is going to obviously stay in for the majority of the picks, if not all of the picks. We are underway now on this lengthy Nomad 6 selection. I'm gonna watch as everyone combos the intro with ease until things got a little bit more spaced. It's gonna be Sheena and Detsy trading. This is Sheena writing O in smoke, Majora cringe, and Miles easy SS. So Majora just that break very early on, about the first 30 combo. Means Pocket Galaxy has a tiny little lead in the very early stages here, but obviously we are very, very early into this very long map, so nothing to write home about yet until things start to get a little more interesting. Shinoriko, Detsy trading breaks once again. So those two have now both broken twice. Nobody else missing other than Majora at the very beginning. Means that couple 100,000 point lead staying steady on Pocket Galaxy's side. Sigi breaking, but so does Majora. So it is Malteser Yolkspie against Exarch Miles. Those are the full combos we're watching. The score gap stays pretty steady. Malteser finds a break, but so does Miles. All the breaks are just being traded. Sigi breaks, but so does Majora. Sheena Noriko breaks, but so does Yolkspie. Miles and Sigi, as things get a little more intense here in this ridiculous requirement. Exarch finally does break the last combo, so no combos really out there. Malteser, I think, the highest at about 160. And the lead's gonna stay as steady as ever. All of the leads are just traded back and forth. Nobody is able to keep a combo when the other team misses. Malteser and Detsy find a couple slider breaks, but Sheena Noriko finding a break right after them. Gonna be able to build some combo back up through this middle third of the map. Sheena continuing to struggle a little bit here, falling behind on almost every other score. However, Yolkspie is going to be the next to break for Coño's big team. The lead will grow just a bit here for Pocket Galaxy. 300 plus combo for Exarch, Sigi, and Miles. Nobody but Majora on Coño's big team over 300, and he is the next to break. That's going to help out Pocket Galaxy now. Things going to start to grow a little bit in their favor. Exarch, Miles, and Sigi continue their combos. Sheena Noriko once again breaks. Unfortunately for him, the slack is being picked up by his teammates. Malteser and Detsy not able to keep up with 3 combos on the other side, and it is a 3 million point lead just about in favor of Pocket Galaxy. Still have the last third of the map to go as we look and see Malteser still with a 99% S rank, Exarch with a 99.5 AC. High AC performances from those players. These patterns are going to become pretty tricky once again. Sheena Noriko continuing to struggle. Sigi breaking as well. But Miles and Exarch keeping it going for their team. The lead's going to shrink a little bit here, though. Sheena Noriko's continued struggles as well as that break from Sigi might make this a little more interesting. Miles and Exarch need to hold on, and they need to hope for the best here because this is, technically speaking, comebackable. This score gap is going to come down a bit because Coño's big team has a combo advantage over Sigi and Sheena Noriko. Oh my goodness, what just happened to my client? Hello, Malteser? That was interesting. Everybody everywhere broke. Majora still has a combo. Yolkspie just breaking at the end here. Is Majora's combo going to be enough to drag this back over for Coño's big team in the last moments? If he can keep up his combo, it will be. Everyone breaking all over the place. This is a clown fiesta. Majora, though, had enough combo to take the lead for Coño's big team. Look at all that red all over the screen. Nobody able to hit anything in this ending. This is absolutely ridiculous. But it looks like Majora did it for his team. That 500 combo near the end, just dragging that score gap over by less than 100,000. This is going to end up being a Coño's big team break point by 43,000 points. The heroics coming out from Majora at the ending here to prevent the 3rd point in a row coming for Pocket Galaxy. And that looked like it was all Pocket Galaxy, but then that ending, Majora just able to kind of hold together a little bit of combo while everybody around him fell completely apart. And that proved to be the difference. The young UK player coming in clutch. When it mattered. So now instead of being 5-3, it's 6-2. That's a little bit of a different looking scoreline. So now instead of 3 points in a row for Pocket Galaxy and a 5-3, very evenly matched scoreline, we've got 6-2 Coño's big team. Their break point reestablished. They can win this one, they'll be at match point. They'll be at tournament point. Pocket Galaxy hopefully not too damaged mentally from the ending of that map. That was a ridiculous set of affairs, really, where nobody could hit anything. If, you know, it was literally a difference of, 50 to 100 combo in that ending where nobody could hit any notes at all. Thanks to Majora. Coño's big team back in the proverbial driver's seat. And their pick here is Nomad 4, which is the very strange Rust Belt map, and I think that's really all we need to know. This is going to be Lucent, Malteser, AJT, and Yolkspy. So Majora will bow out for at least one map after his performance on that last one. Pocket Galaxy gonna have Exarch, Miles, Sigi, and Kingling coming in. Now this was, I believe, a map that they played. This was the last map of their match against the team of Sayonara Detka, and they won it then by about 2.75 million points. But this time around, I think they're going to need to improve their score. I don't know if 10 million necessarily does it this time. I think a little bit higher, I think, is going to be required. You're going to see, if past weeks are anything to go by, AJT and Yolkspy are going to be the players to look out for. But Lucent and Malteser want to have something to say about that. Early breaks from Pocket Galaxy, Exarch, and Miles both struggling on those early streams. AJT, the first to break for Coño's big team, will be immediately met by a break from Sigi on the other side, so no harm done there. Now it is Kingling, the only FC for Pocket Galaxy. Meanwhile, Lucent, Malteser, and Yolkspy all still going through these weird cut streams, and that linear jump pattern does claim victims in Lucent and Malteser. Yolkspy now the only combo anywhere, really. Exarch about 200. And Yolkspy finds a break. Hexpart? Oh my god, what did I just say? Xpy. Xpy, dude. He's the best player that this rank range has ever seen. Xpy. He combines all the weird combo ability of Yolkspy with the speed of Exarch. Exarch's still comboing. He's up over 350. He's going to try to drag this score gap back for Pocket Galaxy. Malteser with about a 250 combo, going to try to maintain it for Coño's big team as best he can. But the 450 to 500 combo that Exarch's putting together here is going to be important. However, score gap staying relatively steady. Miles having some trouble, as well as Sigi. And Exarch does miss that on that long combo, so that is their chance kind of blown now. Into the last of the map we go. Pocket Galaxy has no combo left alive. Yolkspy at about 400, and AJT reaching to 400 as well, as we expected. Those two putting forth some very strong performances on this map, as well as Malteser. Exarch, of course, the best performer from Pocket Galaxy here, but it's not looking like it's going to make a whole bunch of difference as AJT holds on to a greater than 500 combo as we come to the last moments. Accuracy be damned. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. What was that cursor movement? Nega, are you okay, my dude? I mean, he's okay enough, but I don't know what that was. Coño's big team are going to take the point. That is going to be the 7-2 score. They are at championship point now. And what did I say? 10 million points wasn't going to be enough. I called that, right? Coño's big team. 500 plus combo from AJT. Just under 500 combo from Yolkspy. Exarch tried to play hero for Pocket Galaxy with the 532 combo, best in the lobby, but unfortunately was not enough. Sigi, notably, 92% accuracy. Anything over 90% on that is pretty impressive, so good stuff from him. But now, Pocket Galaxy finds themselves facing down match point. 7-2 lead for Coño's big team. And Pocket Galaxy, just, I don't know what they're going to try to do here. I don't know why they still continue to avoid Nomad 1. I feel like that's a pick for them. I really do. But, oh, they're doing it. They're actually doing it. It is going to be Hidden 3, Blythe, the storyboard gimmick pick. Now, of course, what sucks about this from a spectator point of view is that we won't actually be able to see the storyboard aspect of it. Which is kind of unfortunate. Also, did that thing just show up just now at the bottom of the screens? It did, right? Anybody else see the Taiko Suiji Cup thing at the bottom of the client? Like, that C's client doesn't have it, but everybody else's does. Interesting. Taiko Suiji Cup, which is actually thanks to me. Not really. They did actually ask, as the hosts of the Suiji Cup in Standard, which is the original Suiji Cup, they did ask to borrow the concept initially. I'm not sure if this is the same one. I assume it is. I don't know why there'd be another. But that was, I think, might have been 2 years ago, might have been 2018 that they started that tournament series with the Taiko Suiji Cup. Apparently it's a bigger deal than the standard Suiji Cup. They're in the client and everything. We don't get that kind of popularity. But that notwithstanding, we are going to get underway with what could be the last pick of this tournament. Yeah, the logo actually looks hella cool. That's a really nice design. I don't know who did their graphics, but it's really cool. So, Lucent, Malteser, DDM, and Yolkspie taking on Exarch, Shina Noriko, Sigi, and Kingling. And as we know, this is a storyboard gimmick map, like I said. With us watching it in the tournament client, we unfortunately kind of miss out on that because I can't change the visual setting to include the storyboard, which makes this really kind of lame. But I know this is kind of cheesable because you can enable hit lighting, and I guess because the entire map is Ki, it makes it really, really easy compared to what it would be normally. Now, Pocket Galaxy picking this into Coño's big team, you've got to figure they're going to feel pretty good about it, because why else would you pick this map into that team? And so hopefully for their sake that it does work out as well as they would like it to. And we're gonna watch with interest here. So we see breaks all over the place. Lucent, TDM, Shina Noriko, Sigi, and Kingling. Exarch the combo left for Pocket Galaxy. Yolkspie, of course, Yolkspie still FCing with 99.5 AC for Coño's big team, but it is Yolkspie versus Exarch. If Yolkspie breaks, Exarch can carry this one for Pocket Galaxy. Really not a lot of combo anywhere else, so it is just like a 1v1. It's Exarch versus Yolkspie, and neither of them is missing. Oh, Exarch breaks. I think that's it. Unfortunately, that may well be the tournament for Pocket Galaxy. That may be GG. Exarch writing out GG and smoking that quick little break. Yolkspie being Yolkspie, holding on to his combo, and with no other combo on the board, yeah. That is going to be all she wrote for Hippo Cup 3, I am pretty sure. Yolkspie looking to close this one out with an FC, and doing it in style. Pocket Galaxy did what they could, but unfortunately just outmatched today by a Coño's big team that was really out for blood and performed just incredibly well. And that is going to be the 8-2 final score. Coño's big team are your winners of Hippo Cup 3. Congratulations to them. GG, well played as Yolkspie. Just one miss at the very end of the last map of the tournament. But it did not matter. This was Coño's big team just looking absolutely unstoppable. For everything Pocket Galaxy put in just was not quite enough. Coño's big team too strong. Super team's gonna super team. They come out on top. They will be the victors, and they will take home the profile badge. Several of those guys getting their second Hippo Cup badge. Of course, is anyone on that team getting their third Hippo Cup badge? I don't think they are, right? Coño's big team, the clear undisputed champions of this tournament, looking absolutely unstoppable throughout the entire thing, group stage, onward through the bracket. I don't think anyone ever really gave them any sort of close fight. They came out looking to win the whole thing, and they did exactly that. Incredibly well-rounded skill sets and very good performances in these matches, as we saw today. And so that is going to do it here for another year of Hippo Cup. We've had a very fun run of things, I think, this year. Some very fun pools, some really great matches, some good highlights. I know I've enjoyed my time reffing, streaming, commentating this year. I think maybe one of my favorites. Had some really great moments, like you had the tiebreaker between Pocket Galaxy and Piece of Cake a few weeks ago. Things like that are what we live for, and why we stay involved in these tournaments. So definitely like to give a big shout out to everyone involved, all of the staff from Digital Hypno hosting to all our referees who didn't have a lot to do later on because I kind of just did everything. But the reason we survived the group stage. So big shout outs to everyone involved on the staff side of things. Of course, thank you to all the players who made the tournament possible. It's what we do it for, is really, for you guys. Hope everyone has a great time participating and enjoying their time in the tournament, whether they bow out in the group stage or whether they make it all the way through the grand finals. We seek to make it an enjoyable experience for everyone. And all the people who came and watched as well, all the stream viewers, thank you guys for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the matches. I hope the commentary has been enjoyable. I hope the streams have been fun to watch. You've been able to keep track of things as they've been going on and enjoy yourselves. And that's gonna do it. As we said, Hippo Cup 3 coming to an end. Coño's big team, your champions in an 8-2 fashion over Pocket Galaxy. They'll be getting a nice profile badge to add to their collections, and we'll see. Maybe they'll be back again next year, who knows. But until 2021, I've been this one guy, here with you from the start to the end. Thank you guys all for being here, and we'll see you next year.